Hey there, lovely listeners. Welcome to Why Masculinity is Needed More Than Ever with your host, Alex, the AI guy. Today we're diving into a topic that'll have you scratching your head and nodding in agreement at the same time. Why a world without men would be downright destructive to society. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a wild ride filled with laughs, insights, and a touch of good old masculine charm. Let's dive in, shall we? So let's take a little trip down history lane, shall we? Picture this. A world without men. No bristly beards to stroke, no bad dad jokes, and a whole lot less ESPN on TV. But on a more serious note, we need to consider the historical and sociological context of the male presence in our society. Back in the day, men were the hunters, the gatherers, the protectors, and the ones who made the big decisions. It's like they were the OG superheroes, minus the capes and spandex, most of the time. Without their physical strength and leadership, our ancestors might have had a much tougher time surviving and thriving in the wild, wild world. Fast forward to today, and men continue to play crucial roles in shaping our social norms, governance, and cultural developments. From inventing the wheel to sending a man to the moon, guys have been at the forefront of groundbreaking achievements. Not to mention their knack for grilling the perfect steak and fixing things around the house, well, most of the time. On a deeper level, the male-female dynamic has been a driving force behind the ebb and flow of society. It's like a beautifully dysfunctional dance where both genders bring their unique strengths to the table. Without the yin to their yang, things might start to feel a bit off-kilter. So, as we ponder a world without men, we must also recognize the intricate web of history and sociology that has shaped the roles and contributions of men in our world. Because let's face it, things just wouldn't be the same without the occasional dad bod and the reassuring sound of a firm handshake. Welcome back, folks. Now let's dig deeper into the impact of a world without men on our social structures and systems. Imagine a world without men. Who would open that stubborn jar of pickles? Who would fix the leaky faucet or assemble that IKEA furniture without looking at the instructions? In all seriousness, men play an important role in maintaining our social structures and systems. From government and leadership to infrastructure and construction, men have historically dominated these areas. Without their contribution, we'd probably have a lot of unfinished projects and unopened jars lying around. But it's not just about physical tasks. Men have also played a significant role in shaping our laws, policies, and economic systems. Their perspectives and decisions have influenced the way our society functions and evolves. Without their input, we might find ourselves in uncharted territory, navigating a world with a significant void in its traditional power structures. This isn't to say that women aren't capable of handling these responsibilities, far from it. But the sudden absence of an entire gender would undoubtedly create a disruption in our social systems. We'd have to adapt and redefine our societal roles and expectations, forging a new path forward. So, while a world without men might seem like an interesting social experiment, it's safe to say that our systems would face some pretty substantial challenges in their absence. Stay tuned as we explore more aspects of this thought-provoking topic in the next segment. So picture this, a world without men. No more dad jokes, no more questionable fashion choices, and no more competitive grilling contests. Sounds pretty chill, right? But let's take a moment to think about the impact of their absence. Because, believe it or not, men do bring a little something extra to the table. First off, let's talk about the economy. Without men, who's going to buy all those power tools, sports cars, and man cave decor? The absence of men in various industries could send shockwaves through the economy, and who knows what that could mean for the price of bacon. Not to mention, who's going to reach that top shelf for us vertically challenged individuals? Step stools can only do so much. And let's not forget about the social impact. Who's going to be the designated spider remover and jar opener? The absence of men might lead to a widespread panic among the arachnophobic and the perpetually snack-deprived. Plus, without men, who will we argue with over the proper way to load a dishwasher or fold a fitted sheet? It's a recipe for chaos, I tell you. In all seriousness, though, men play a vital role in society, bringing their unique perspectives, strengths, and yes, occasional quirks to the table. A world without men would be like a world without half of our team, and we need all hands on deck to tackle the challenges we face. So as much as we tease them, let's not overlook the positive impact they bring to the table. After all, who else is going to maintain the barbecue tradition and keep the dad jokes alive? Now, some may argue that a world without men could potentially be a utopia, free from conflicts and aggression. They might envision a society where collaborative and nurturing values are prioritized. However, let's not forget the unique perspectives and contributions that men bring to the table. Picture a world without men. No more dad jokes, no one to reach the highest shelf, and who would handle all those household repairs? And let's be real, who else would compete in the annual World Beard Growing Championship? But in all seriousness, men bring a diverse set of experiences and ideas to the mix, enriching our society with varied perspectives and skills. It's important to recognize that inclusivity and diversity are essential for a thriving society. By embracing different viewpoints, we can create a more balanced and equitable world. So while pondering a world without men may spark interesting conversations, let's not overlook the value of inclusivity and the richness that comes from diverse perspectives. Now that we've discussed the potential challenges of a world without men, it's time to talk about some potential solutions and adaptive strategies. First off, let's address the issue of reproduction. Without men, we'd have to find alternative methods for perpetuating the human race. I'm not suggesting we all turn into Amazon frogs and reproduce asexually, but advancements in technology like artificial insemination and in vitro fertilization could play a major role. And hey, maybe we'll all become experts at growing our own food and living sustainably, reducing our reliance on the outside world. When it comes to physical labor traditionally performed by men, we might need to invest in some serious automation and robotics. I mean, who wouldn't want a robot to take out the trash or mow the lawn? Plus, we may need to reevaluate our ideas of traditional gender roles and encourage everyone to develop a well-rounded skill set. Of course, we can't forget the potential impact on social dynamics. Without men around, we might see a shift in power dynamics and leadership styles. It could be an opportunity for society to become more collaborative and inclusive, with different perspectives and voices being valued equally. And let's not forget about the potential benefits of a world without men. No more arguments about leaving the toilet seat up, and maybe we'll finally achieve gender equality once and for all. It's all about finding the silver lining, right? So, while a world without men might present some challenges, it's clear that with a little creativity and adaptability, we could find ways to navigate this brave new world. And who knows, maybe it wouldn't be so bad after all. And there you have it, folks. While the idea of a world without men may sound like a utopian dream to some, our discussion today has shed light on the oft-overlooked contributions and unique perspectives that men bring to the table. From their innovative problem-solving skills to their knack for dad jokes, it's clear that a world without men would be lacking in more ways than one. So, let's celebrate the wonderful diversity and collaboration that both men and women bring to the table. Because who else would open that stubborn jar of pickles? Join me next time as we dive into another thought-provoking topic. And remember, don't let the absence of men fool you. The struggle with assembling IKEA furniture will continue regardless. Well, folks, that's a wrap on today's episode. We've explored the idea of a world without men, and it's safe to say that society might lose a bit of its flavor without them. From the bumbling dads to the charismatic leaders, men bring a certain something to the table that keeps things interesting. So here's to the men in our lives, for better or for worse. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, a world without men might be boring, but a world without you would be downright devastating. Until next time, stay fabulous.